Hi, this is Trey Passer, and welcome to the Horoscope 101 channel. I know I said that I was going to make videos for the channel. Last week I kind of was really busy. It was Thanksgiving weekend and stuff, and I got distracted from doing it. But I wanted to still do videos for the Horoscope 101 channel, even though we're kind of in flux right now. Waiting, trying to, I think, add members maybe, or I haven't heard anything. But I said to myself that I like doing the videos for Horoscope 101, so I'm gonna still continue to do them, and I'm also gonna put them on my channel as well. Okay, and so that way people can know that and I'm gonna try to do one at least once a week for the Horoscope 101 channel because I really enjoyed it, and it really I like doing the collaboration with the other fellow YouTubers and all the people that I met. So I'm gonna upload this video to there and also on my main channel. Okay, which is, anyway, the movie that I'm going to talk about this week in the horror, it's kind of a horror comedy, and I've talked about this movie before on my channel, and this is going to be like I guess a remembrance and a review of this movie. This is like a comedy drama. No, not comedy drama, comedy horror. This is a movie that I've seen as a kid growing up, seen it countless times, and the earliest memory, this movie to me was just, well, first of all, let me show you what the movie is. So I'm rambling. Okay, the movie I'm talking about is Abbott Costello Meet Frankenstein. Okay, this is a DVD, and this is on Blu-ray now, so I should have get the Blu-ray. But anyway, Abbott Costello Meet Frankenstein. Now the remembrance part, okay, before I get to the review. Okay, I was a big Abbott and Costello fan, as a kid growing up, and in New York on Channel 11, they used to show Abbott and Costello movies every Sunday before the baseball games would come on. I think from 11 to 1, they would show Abbott and Costello movies. Okay, and I would watch them because I'm a big fan of Bud Abbott and Lou Costello, so I used to be there every Sunday to watch it. And then one time I remember the earliest Abbott Costello Meet Frankenstein, and I remember thinking, what? And I remember that when the opening credits came on, and then you see it's played real dramatically, and you have the horror music, and then you see the Dracula, and then you see a wolf, then you see a vampire, and then you see Abbott and Costello and the bones, you see the Frankenstein monster banging on the coffin, and then he opens them up and you see the bones of Costello and Abbott, and they're screaming and running away, and then the movie came on. Okay, and then I was absolutely loved the movie. I absolutely fell in love with it. It was a perfect blend of horror and comedy from Abbott and Costello. The monsters provide the horror, okay, and it was mostly played straight. Of course, they had the humor in it because it's Abbott and Costello, but the monsters themselves were strictly horror, and I thought it was a nice mix. And like I said, then once that first time I saw it, I was hooked on it. I wanted to see it every week. Basically, I should tune in and just pray that they would show. They show the movies in rotation, of course, but then I tune in every time. And then when the Abbott and Costello came on, I was Meet Frankenstein. I was just like a little kid in a candy store saying, "Oh my God, here it goes again!" And I absolutely love this movie. Okay, and well, what's the basic story of this movie? The basic story of this movie is Bud Abbott and Lou Costello played. I think it's what's the name? Not Chicken. I know they have these stupid names all the time in these movies. Yeah, Chicken Wilbur. Yeah, there we go. Bud Abbott was Chick, and of course Lou Costello was Wilbur. Okay, and they were baggage handlers in Florida, I think, and basically, Abbott, Wilbur, played by Costello, gets a call one day from what he thinks is Mr. McDougal, when it's actually really Lawrence Talbot, played by Lon Chaney, and he's basically telling him that there's going to be 2 crates. He said under no circumstances are you to release those crates. That he's flying in over on the red eye, okay? And in the midst of this phone call, you see is a full moon, and then of course, being he's Lawrence Talbot, he changes, aka the Wolfman, he changes into a wolf, okay, literally, and of course, Wilbur Costello just plays it for laughs, thinking it's the guy has his dog by the phone. Of course, when of course it's the actual physical Wolfman. And then later on, you see Chick and Wilbur. They have to go. They go to the deliver the crates to Mr. McDougal's warehouse, when actually Dracula awakens from his coffin, of course, and he frees. And they also, hypnotizes Costello and then basically frees the monster, wakes the monster up, gives him a charge, and then off they go. And of course, Chick and Wilbur get blamed for for the monsters being missing, the displays being missing. And of course, nobody believes them. Of course, and at the same time, Wilbur is being wooed by Sandra Mornay, who's supposed to be a doctor. And of course, Chick can't understand why this gorgeous female is dating Wilbur. Okay, but she's of course interested in him strictly for his mind, literally. Okay, and that later you find out basically Dracula, what his plan is to awaken the Frankenstein monster, but this time instead of awakening an unimaginable brute, like that's I think a direct quote, he said, we'll give him a brain, a more pliable, easy to manipulate brain. Okay, of course that brain is going to be Wilbur, played by Lou Costello. It's going to be his brain, and that's why Sandra is being nice to him, because they planned on operating on him and putting his brain inside the Frankenstein monster. Okay, and basically at the same time, Lon Chaney Jr., aka Lawrence Talbot, he makes his way over to the States and basically tries to warn, Chick and Wilbur that that Count Dracula is really a vampire and there's a monster. Okay, of course nobody believes him at first, and then of course you have Chaney, the Wolfman, changing a few times through the movie, and of course, and sometimes it's played for laugh, and other times it's played for deadly serious. And I love Bela Lugosi's portrayal of Count Dracula in this movie. He's in fine form after not playing Dracula for a while. He's in fine form as basically the villain of the piece. And of course you have Glenn Strange as the Frankenstein monster, okay, who looks great in the makeup, okay, and he has a few lines, okay, but mostly again this is about Abbott Costello and them mixing with the monsters, and I thought that was a brilliant idea, putting them all together in a movie, because it works, because you have the comedic parts and then you have the horror parts, and they mix nicely, and it makes for a totally entertaining movie. And this is just one of my absolute favorite movies, Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein, because it's absolutely perfect. And I've seen behind the scenes video. There's a scene particularly when Costello, or Wilbur, is being chased by the he accidentally runs into the monster in Dracula, and he accidentally sits down in the Frankenstein monster's lap, and he's going through his usual gyrations and stuff, and of course he's just so funny and animated. It just makes Glenn Strange, who plays a monster, who's supposed to have this straight face, just start cracking up and laugh and say he can't stand it anymore, he can't take it anymore. And I thought that was one of the funny clips of all time. We actually got to see this big, strange, tough monster played by Glenn Strange, who absolutely loses it and starts laughing because Costello's cracking him up with the jokes. Okay, and then of course, like I said, the movie's basically the Lawrence Talbot trying to stop Dracula, and from awakening the monster and transferring Wilbur's brain into the monster. Of course, and then there's a big climax at the end where basically the monsters clash with Abbott and Costello, and it's funny. Like I said, it's a great blend of drama and comedy. Okay, I mean not drama, of comedy and horror. Okay, it's actually, and then at the very end you have a little cameo by a certain let's say a certain actor who plays a certain invisible man. You have some kind of actor, right there, maybe that guy. Okay, and it just makes for a great movie. Okay, so that's my remembrance and review of Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. Okay, great, and I would give this movie, an Abbott Costello Meet Frankenstein, I would give it an 8 out of 10. It's just a great blend of comedy and drama, great effects. Like I said, you know, the monsters played straight for the most part, and Abbott and Costello provide the laughs. Okay, and it's actually one of the perfect movies, and it's one of my all-time favorite movies, just because I love Abbott and Costello, and I love horror, universal horror. And putting them together, you think that might clash. It does clash, but in a good way. Okay, so let me know what you think of Abbott Costello Meets Frankenstein. Have you seen it? Okay, do you have a good remembrance of it? Let me know. Okay, feel free to leave your comments down below. And this is Trey Passer for the Horoscope 101 channel saying so long and take care, and I will be back next week with another video. Okay, stay tuned. Take care.